Hey everybody, Zeus King here at 8 Points Muay Thai and Fitness. Today we have a special guest, Rick Screeton, who is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu, and we are going to talk with him a little bit today. He came here today for a seminar. Great work with guard passes and all kinds of different things. Really helped, along with crew Chris, really piqued my interest in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu, and something I really love. How did you start out in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu?
Well, as I wrestled all in high school and a little bit after high school, and at some point I needed something to keep that competitive drive going, so I transferred over to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I just happened to luck out when I first tried Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Odger and Keegan Machado's school in Pasadena was 3 blocks from my house. So I happened to luck right into a good source of jiu-jitsu.
And so just grew from there, and then you decided to try to make a little money doing MMA. How did that start out?
Actually, to be honest, when I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I used to watch MMA and I'd see it and I thought, man, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Why would somebody do that? And back in the day in Los Angeles, there used to be a show called Cage Combat. This is like before UFC got real big. And it was held in, the first one I saw was held in a nightclub. A buddy of mine was going, he's like, hey, you want to come check this out? My first thought was, no, not really, but then, okay, I'll go take a look. And I went and saw it and was really impressed with the technical skill level. I took a different appreciation for it. I decided, okay, I'm going to do just one.
How'd that turn out for you? Did that create I mean, you fought like over almost 30 pro MMA fights.
Well, my first one was actually, this was back before it was legal in California. Pretty much the only place it was legal was Las Vegas. And I fought first. I just wanted to try it. I was in San Diego and there was a show called Total Combat. Back then there was no amateurs, it was pro or nothing. My first pro fight was against Yahir Reyes, who took second at the first Bellator 145-pound tournament. Had a fight, it ended up being ruled no contest because I triangled and he tapped, and he denied it. And then inexperience of the refs, the match got restarted, blah, blah, blah. So my record is a no contest. Because you would review the tapes, he clearly tapped the triangle. After I did one, I kind of was sitting on the fence on what to do, and I got a call for another one. And then I started getting calls from other promotions, and then that started to turn into getting travel. Like MMA X fights used to fly me all over Mexico, and they're on TV in Mexico. Then it started becoming legal in California. I fought for Valor in California, and San Diego, and Los Angeles. Tough Enough and Bodog Fight did one in Vegas. I got to go fight in Vegas for Bodog.
Rumble on the Rock.
Rumble on the Rock. I did Hawaii. I wasn't the best fight picker. I fought Mike Ina, who was way too big for me. In his next fight, he ended up going to a split decision with Nick Diaz, and I made some bad decisions, but I got to have life experience that I wouldn't get otherwise.
Fantastic, and that's all helped you in your journey in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Absolutely. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is one of those things, it's like once you start, it becomes part of your lifestyle. It's rare that there's 2 responses usually when someone tries it. It's either, no, I don't like that, I don't like the close contact, I don't want anything to do with this, but thanks for letting me try it, or it's, I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I love it. I love it. You know, you guys, Roger Denton and Chris, just, have been a great influence on me, and just, further my, my martial spirit, and I really, I love it. So that brings us, kind of throughout that part of your life, and now you've got Ronin Sports in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tell us about that.
So Chris and I decided to go in on a joint venture called Ronin Sports. It's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, excuse me. We figured we could bring, Chris has the best Muay Thai around as far as I'm concerned. I've got some good high-level jiu-jitsu. And we figured if we put our heads together that we could put together a really strong gym that was great we could produce great fighters, and we could get the general public interested in the combat sports for fitness, for self-defense, for fun.
Yeah, for life. So, and you're the man you credit studying under is Cesar Pereira. And tell us a little bit about how did you hook up with him?
I was at a gym, C3 in Connecticut. At the time I was a purple belt and I was teaching, but I'm a firm believer that purple belt's not a teaching belt. I understand if there's if you're in an area where you don't have other options, a purple belt knows, you know, it's pretty technically sound. But for me, I didn't feel like a purple belt was a teaching belt. So we ended up looking around for a black belt. Cesar, which happened to be available. He is a 3rd degree black belt. He got his black belt from Carlson Gracie Senior, so we're pretty close to the source. I went from purple to brown with him, and then was brown for 2 years under him, and then from brown to black with him. And I still give him, you know, he was with me for the hardest, the long stretch of the marathon of my journey, so I still, you know, consider him my coach.
Absolutely. So, you know, we see him repped on the patches and everything. So, a great lineage to look at. So, we thank Rick for being here. Thank you for helping me learn and have a great time with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Make sure and check him out on Facebook. Rick Screeton, RSCP BJJ.
It's under RSCP BJ space BJJ.
Yeah.
RSCP space BJJ, or you can find us on the Ronin Sports MB.
Awesome. So thank you very much. We'll be bringing you more great stuff from Rick in the future. Thank you very much.